What's up, YouTube? It's Derek back again for you. So today I wanted to talk about the 5 cycles of emotional change you deal with in starting any particularly new thing. So this can be practicing a new genre of music, playing with a new group of people, just trying anything new that you do. You encounter these 5 cycles of change. So to start off, the first one is uninformed optimism. So what uninformed optimism, guys, is it's the first step in doing something that you don't know what it is, but you have high hopes for it. Okay, so for example, let's use running. So, you want to run half a marathon, let's say. And at first, you see videos of all these people doing it. It looks good, right? So you think, I can do this. This is easy. I see all these people doing it. It's no problem. I'm just going to get my foot out the door, start jogging, and make it happen. All right, so that's stage 1. Stage 2 is informed pessimism. Okay? And this is where things really start to come into perspective for you. So what happens is, start jogging, maybe even after a few days, you realize how hard it is to even hit a mile. And you're just like, wow, I started doing all this, and now it's just much more difficult than I anticipated. How am I ever going to hit a half marathon? The facts build up to what you're doing, and it's not what it panned out to be, right? So stage 3, when you get through all that, is what I call the valley of despair. So this is the lowest of the low. This is where most people give up, right? This is where you figure out, I'm barely crushing 2 or 3 miles, right? This is just a lot of work, a lot of energy put into what I'm doing. My legs are sore, my feet are tired, the breath work isn't working out. I'm just tired of making the time to do this day to day, whatever. A bunch of people quit at this phase. So I would say roughly anywhere from 3 to 7% of people continue through this. And the people that really do push past this valley of despair see what's called stage number 4, and that is informed optimism, right? So this is where you get to a point where you're just really confident in what you're starting to do, right? You pushed through all the weak points of it. You see how tough and challenging running can be, especially for long distances. It's tough maintaining the breath work, all the energy put in with that. Your legs are sore and tired, but you just keep pushing through. I can do this. I'm pacing myself, the momentum, all of it. It just all starts working together for you. You become informed on what you're doing, right? And it just becomes a smoother transition for you, and you start to really just get the hang of doing it. It's tough. The challenges at hand, right? But you've pushed through it enough that you're able to continue doing it. And that leads to 5, which is success. And you see the results of that. You're able to start running a half marathon. Maybe even on to run a marathon, right? It's for people who, just start a business, get into real estate, whatever. Keep pushing through. They start owning the business. They start owning properties, have the real estate, right? So the biggest thing, what most people tend to do, the other 93, 97% of people, they give up at the valley of despair. They just think it's too tough, right? And what that looks like is what I call shiny object syndrome. Shiny object syndrome, guys. And that is where, people just think it's too difficult, so they get involved into something else. Okay, so with running, running didn't work out for me. It's just, I'm not made for it. My legs, I'm not fit, whatever. Let me get into weightlifting. Okay, so then they start doing weightlifting for a few weeks. I see these guys with 6 packs. They can bench all this weight, with enough practice and stuff. I can do that. It looks simple enough. And then you realize, the proper nutrition you need to continue to do that. Consistently hitting the gym, doing the certain workout routines, making it happen. It's much tougher than it looks. Working out isn't for me. I'm going to try yoga. And these people continue to go through life just doing these various things, not sticking to one particular thing. Because the reality is, guys, is everything is super hard. And the beauty of this, for the people that push past the valley of despair, it's not the new business you obtain, it's not the new body you obtain, the physique, X, Y, and Z. The beauty of it is you develop the habit of continually going through, pushing past when things get tough, and you manage to just make it happen. One of the most beautiful things a mentor has told me that I've really implemented in my life is to choose your hard, guys. And what that really means is like life is hard either way, okay? So, being single's hard, being married's hard, right? So just choose your hard, and that looks different for everyone. You know, working a 9 to 5 job you don't want to do is hard. Being an entrepreneur and pursuing what you want to do is hard. You just choose your heart, and that's all it really boils down to. So to relate this back to music, any kind of genre or playing style you pursue, it's gonna be difficult, and especially with like practice routines and stuff like that too. I know a goal of mine is to consistently play 200 BPMs without any kind of struggle, with ease, and to consistently do that, there's patterns and routines that I do daily to, you know, get better at doing that, to enable myself to do that. So it's really just a matter of the habits you put in place and pushing through that makes it happen. So definitely do this. Have that mentality of just continuing to push through when things get hard. And I believe you'll find a lot of success in what you're doing. So that's all for today, guys. I hope it was useful for you. If you did get some use out of this, definitely a like, subscribe, share it with a friend or two. I appreciate the support, guys. Until next time.